Tinubu shocked. Lagos demolitions as Ooni of Ife confirms Igbos discovered this before Yorubas and other tribes in Lagos. Hello guys, welcome back once again to this YouTube channel. A lot of people have been asking that at what point and how many years did it take the Igbos, as a matter of fact, to acquire so much wealth in Lagos State that they started building mansions, estates, started owning properties. In fact, Igbos owns more than 30 to 40% of all the properties in Lagos State. People are asking, how many years did it take these people after the Fourth War and after everything? Some of their properties were taken away after the Civil War that happened in 1963 and all that. But I can boldly tell you for free that the Ooni of Ife, who is a renowned king in the Yoruba land, has come out to confirm how Igbos did what they did. Like I've said, Yoruba, the Tinubu's government and the Sanwo-Olu's government and APC government are after the Igbos. It is just the bitter truth. They're after the Igbos and they want to go and destroy the wealth that the Igbos have amassed for so many years in Lagos State because they are jealous and envious. Like I've said, APC has no other agenda than to put religious and tribal sentiments within the country. APC saw in Lagos and across the world that they cannot win any polling unit in Nigeria. What they did is to find a way to instigate the tribal and religious sentiments against their major opposition or opponent being Mr. P2B because they knew P2B came from the Igbo tribe. So what they did was to turn the Yoruba tribe against the Igbos and try to turn the Hausa tribe against the Igbos because that is the only way they knew that they can actually suppress P2B's movement. And unfortunately, some of these tribal and religious APC thugs and Yoruba ruling people, actually bought the ideas of these criminal elements in APC, and this caused a lot of tribal tension during and even after and even currently till now. That is why the Igbo properties in Lagos State are being mercilessly destroyed and damaged and demolished by the government of Lagos State, or in the name of some flimsy excuses and all that. But as of today, the Ooni of Ife have stated why the Igbos amass so much wealth, more than the Yorubas and every other person. I'm going to play the video so you will listen carefully to what the Ooni of Ife said. So when we come back, we'll try to analyze every single thing that this man, being the Ooni of Ife, said about the Igbos.
Is Aji, in which in Ife it has been from time immemorial, before creation of humanity, it has been like that in terms of celebration of wealth. But to the glory of God, a particular race actually discovered it first. And the truth be told, the race that first discovered prosperity and wealth, and they really nurtured it, are the Igbo race. The Igbos first discovered it through their ancestral background, the lineage of Obatala, discovered the prosperity and wealth in terms of the divinity world. And that's the reason why today, the race of Igbo people, they're very, very particular and they have very good expertise when it comes to commerce. They are very distinct all over the world. There is no place in the world that you will go that you won't find an Igbo man. And the same goes with the Jews. There is this mistake that the world usually make. They make this mistake that the Igbos came from the Jews. No, it is the other way around. The truth be told, the first human race that existed was the Igbos before the Jews. And we were all living together at the center of tropical rainforest, which is the heart of the whole thing, the land of expansion. We were all living together as one big happy family before they started moving clockwise. They started moving towards the eastern part of the world, where they started settling. So the race of the Jews and the Igbos are very similar, but the Igbos are way older than the Jews. They are both commercially driven. They are both enterprise in nature. They are both driven by wealth because that is their ancestral belief. That's the race they belong to. In Nigerian economy today and the entire black race, if you don't give honor to the Igbos in terms of commerce and trade, you are just deceiving yourself. So the truth be told, let us go back to our history.
Now you can hear what the Oni of Ife actually said categorically, that the Igbos, among all the ethnic groups in this country, were the first to discover wealth, even in sub-Saharan Africa. And that, actually explains why they were actually progressive and, they actually, know how to do business and commerce more than any other ethnic group within the country. And this is basically the truth. He said that history must be stated and must not be distorted. And that is why, it took them a very little while to recover from the civil war that happened. After the civil war, the Igbos were stripped of their properties and their wealth and all that. But it never took them more than how many years? Just few years they recovered and actually, tripled their wealth. And to the extent that in every state you go to, especially in Lagos State, you see them amassing a lot of properties, buying lands, and making a lot of establishments. And the well-renowned king in the Yoruba land had to, confirm the authenticity of this news. And that is why most of the properties that have been destroyed in the Lagos state belong solely to the Igbos, because they are the people that mostly know how to create wealth, manage wealth, and equally handle wealth. And this has brought out a lot of envy against them, because some of the people, some of the indigenous in some of these states, envy them, and how some of them will come to their land, prosper, buy, make a lot of establishments, even try to acquire their land, and even acquire their lands and a lot of things. And this brought out a lot of envy. But you can't stop people that, their origin, as a matter of fact, it was built on wealth. You can't stop people who actually discovered wealth and who knows how to manage and maintain wealth. This is what basically the Ooni of Ife is actually saying, and this is basically the truth. You can't literally stop the Igbos from actually creating wealth. So even if they destroy and damage some of the properties of the Igbos in Lagos, in few months' time, they can actually rebuild whatever thing that is being lost. It is in their ancestral spirit. That is what the Ooni of Ife is trying to do. And this is a direct message to Samuel and APC because thinking destroying the Igbo properties will destroy them. No, it is even going to make them stronger and come back stronger times too. Well, I'd like that to drop your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think.